has a 36-3 lead on Kent State. A lot of bonus point wins for the Mountaineers. 197 starting quickly between Austin Cooley of West Virginia. But it's Kent State that gets on the board quickly. Blake Schaffer, ranked 6th preseason in the MAC, giving Cooley an early challenge.
Well, did a nice job with almost like a little duck and then try to go right to a half.
Schaffer from Canton, Ohio. Cooley from Somerset, Massachusetts, a Pitt transfer. His head coach, Tim Flynn, says healthier than ever before. He's battled rib, high ankle injuries since he's come to this program.
Yeah, he was like a MASH unit last year. I mean, he was beat up and banged up, and you could see it. I mean, the hard part is when you're that beat up, it's not just can you get better. The question is you're spending a lot of time in the training room dealing with those injuries, and your conditioning starts to suffer. You can't do as many things as you'd like to do. You can't twist and turn. If your ribs are hurting, man, how do you move without that bothering you? And it's challenging, right?
It's very much a sport where you're not going to have at least champions making excuses for themselves, but in some instances you certainly do have a valid reason why you can't do some things that you'd like to do.
Well, I think that's the sport. I suppose everybody's dealt with that to a degree, right? I think it's why you have to be a bit diverse in the way that you wrestle. If you only can do one or two things,
right,
and then sometimes injury is the thing that shuts those off as much as anything else, and you can't reach or extend in a certain way that you'd like to.
Well, we brought up Killian Cardinell earlier in the 125. There's a poster child of someone who was injured, had to find different ways to do things. Cooley going straight with power here. He now leads 7-4 after a takedown on Blake Schaffer.
That nice double leg, popped him up in the air, and made no doubt about the landing. So that's one of the things when you drive someone's hip down into the mat like that, you are eliminating their ability to do some of that funk stuff and try to twist and turn on you because you're, some significant force. Control his hips.
We still have 1:03 left in the first. 11 total points in this bout.
Yeah. And so at this weight class, I mean, again, 97, these are not small people. And so you're looking at, again, oh, nice shot again. Oh, we're going to watch, try to spladle him.
Cooley in on the leg. An answer for Schaffer.
Trying to hook that bottom leg if he can. There he's got it hooked, and now try to create a little separation with the top leg to try to get himself through.
Meanwhile, Cooley rolls through it.
There's the game of takedown, right? I think they called that one danger in a way.
Cooley with a lift and a throwdown.
I think that was accurately described. I mean, he really
that's the goal.
Just threw him to the mat. Right? Spend a little time on top, drive his hip into the mat a little bit, stays under the arms. Got to try to go a little parallel. We only got a couple seconds left. Finish the period on top. Very, very strong first period from a scoring standpoint.
But somewhere in there, Cooley managed to get a minute 3 riding time. Oh, by the way.
Oh, by the way, right? So he had. See that double leg just blocks the arm up right at the elbow, just like they teach you to do when you're a little kid. Post the elbow, shoot right underneath, pop him up in the air, and then drive him back into the mat.
Arms wide open, just wrapped up in.
Well, try not to get too wide open, right? Because then you guys, so you keep your elbows in. Nice shot, that does a nice job. I don't know what we're looking at. What are we?
I didn't see a challenge brick come out.
I think they were asked questioning about the scoring.
Maybe their math isn't right either. Again, the 3 throwing some folks off.
So Cooley has.
Math is not my strong suit, Tony. That's why I talk for a living.
Right. Don't look at me.
You also, well, you talk and you listen for a living.
Yes. I'm not sure what the.
They've got the
Let's
time
okay.
Time and points, I think they're checking for.
Okay.
The red brick is the one they have. I didn't see Kent State's Jim and Grassy throw that brick.
I think it's over there. He lost all of his challenges, right?
Oh, that's right. Oh, I see, yeah. A rare in-match chat between Flynn and Anderson. Rarely see two head coaching contemporaries in the middle of competition have a chat.
Not often.
So we go to the monitor once again.
Especially a friendly one, right?
No,
I mean,
no, yeah, right. I've seen plenty of them shout at each other from 40 feet away.
Right, exactly.
Again, action on two mats today is Cleveland State and Duke also here. The Blue Devils lead the Vikings 16-10 in that duel. West Virginia will wrestle Cleveland State as soon as this one is done, and then after that, they'll wrestle the Blue Devils. I like how you said it earlier. We'll stay in Ohio here, and then we'll eventually meander down the Tobacco Road. It's a long day for West Virginia wrestling, but you know, if you're not able to make it today, hey, don't worry. There are still a lot of great things coming up for you at the WVU Coliseum. Coming up here at the on TV, if you can't make it out, is men's basketball against Jacksonville State. That's on Tuesdays. The men of Josh Eilert are in action against Jacksonville State. And the next Saturday, this kickoff time was just announced this morning. If you missed that, WVU hosts Cincinnati on Senior Day at Milan Pushkar Stadium. It's a 2:30 kick. That'll be on ESPN Plus as well. And then women's basketball game next Sunday afternoon. The women won yesterday against Pitt on the road. And Youngstown State, the opponent for the Mountaineers, at 2 o'clock next Sunday. So the conversation is over. Dinner plans, points, you never know.
End up with 1:16 in riding time. So there we go. We're going to have 2 minutes though in the period.
Yeah.
It's that one little detail. See, the details are really important.
Yeah, that riding time grew from about, what, 1:03 to 1:16.
Right. Nice job of kicking his way out. Back to neutral. Now it's like starting all over again. They got like a 2-minute break. Maybe even longer than that.
That was a lengthy delay. Cooley had that energy early on, and so if you're Schaffer, you almost have to look at this like a hard reset, because you're going off against an opponent that was just so quick to start.
Well, I think, Schaffer actually started with the takedowns, right? But the reality is Cooley had done a nice job of wearing Schaffer out just a little bit, right? Got a chance to be on top and kind of beat him up on the mat a little bit, and now Schaffer's had an opportunity to regroup.
You're right, it was Schaffer that had the first takedown, so to use a basketball phrase, Cooley essentially on an 11-2 run here.
Yes.
Since that very first 5 seconds of the match.
Right.
It has been all Cooley. A couple of skate points for Schaffer, but that's about it since that first few moments.
Schaffer's been trying to time Cooley stepping in a little bit, try to post an elbow too and see if he can get some shots in, but he hadn't taken the shot. Cooley in again.
He's got both hips.
Ooh, he did not signal the takedown.
Cooley working the back.
He's going to lose that.
Coach is shouting at suggestions and ideas.
Not from there.
The officials have
they're trying to determine whether it's a takedown or not. I thought that was kind of looked like a takedown, maybe, but we're going to go neutral, though.
Tim Flynn still with his challenge.
Yeah, he's
not using it.
I mean, okay, so why? You're up 11-5 at the moment. So it would be 14-5. That's true, and you're also up in the dual meet 36-3. So,
but you've got 8 matches down, and you only got 1 left.
Right. I mean, okay, fight for the guy, but there's a warning for stalling on Schaffer for backing up. Or is that just the end of the match?
That's the end of the second period.
I thought he gave him a warning at the same time, but he did not.
Our sense of time is thrown off a bit, Tony, because we've had some long stoppages mid-period.
Plus, it's daylight savings time, too. That's still screwed me up.
The sun is coming through the windows.
Exactly.
May be able to see a little bit of that at home, but a different aesthetic to the Coliseum. It's the WVU Coliseum bathed in amber today.
You know, and most of the time you don't get that here. You're usually here in the evening sometimes. So
right. You really got to be here for a fall event to get that glow. Shot from Schaffer. Cooley trying to force him down into the mat. Now they rise together. Up and down the lineup, Tony, I think West Virginia has done in this duel exactly what you'd like to see them do. They've really not had anybody look not all that well prepared.
There's a nice shot again by Cooley. I mean, no, I think they've wrestled really well. And I think that's the thing that I was excited about, wanting to see them, see them put together the match like in a dual meet, right? And to kind of go after it that way. Now, Cooley, I think, again, working on that, on finishing that shot, or the last couple of shots, he'd be up by another. Somebody's bleeding, I think.
Yeah, that would be Blake Schaffer. Yeah, the only Kent State win comes from Pablo Castro at 133. And you look at his counterpart, Daffin Rhodes from West Virginia. That was his first of the season, for one. And for two, he didn't wrestle badly or anything like that.
No. No, I think they've wrestled pretty well for the most part, right? I mean, you're looking at being intensity and being competitive and making it be about you, not so much about who you're wrestling or not. Go out, do your thing. Put yourself in position for the next matches and
wrestle your bout.
Exactly, right?
And not respond to what the other guy wants to do. Back to action in the third between Cooley and Schaffer. After they cleaned the bloody spot off of, looked like maybe Summersville, if you're looking at where it was on West Virginia.
I'll give you that. You were being more detailed about that than I was paying attention to. It was Cooley for that same shot, single leg, and he's really struggled to finish that on Schaffer. Schaffer has tried to spin around that corner a couple of different times, and it's about, you know, settling to control that hip. And 10 seconds left in the period, 10 seconds left in the match. Cooley doing a nice job. But again, a couple of those finishes, and it really splits the score out there even more.
Riding time is going to go in favor of Austin Cooley. We'll see a 12-6 win for Austin Cooley. He becomes the 8th Mountaineer in 9 wrestlers to win against Kent State this afternoon. A lot to like out of Austin Cooley today.